as the name implies, function is like it's a set of related coding. So you group it to a single name or single keyword called function name, and it's executed actually when you need. So it's something like this. For an example, think about lunch. So lunch is actually, so it's a single name, but it has a set of processes, a set of instructions, a set of steps, a series of processes to be carried out. For an example, okay, when you take lunch, you have to wash your hands, and if not, so you have to use a fork and maybe spoon, and then maybe you have to decide whether to have your lunch at home or whether you are going out or whether you're taking it from order it from some other place. So anyhow, you have to acquire that, and after that, it's having it step by step, and after again you have to wash your hands and remove any remaining things, and maybe categorize the garbages and put it, and then it's over. So likewise, you have set of steps, but you can name that as lunch. Tani name එකකින් දාන්න පුළුවන් lunch, or you can say dinner, or you can say wedding. Wedding is a function. So wedding is a function. In wedding, there are many other sub functions. Also, there are many processes inside that function. So function is basically a single keyword which is used to describe something, which is used to describe a set of processes. Otherwise, you have to describe it from the beginning. If functions are not there, what will happen? So what will happen if, okay, let's say if functions like wedding, so those names are not there, then what will happen? You have to tell your friends or maybe your cousins or your relations, hey guys, there's a special, again, you cannot say function. There's a maybe special arrangement. You have to come tomorrow at this time. Then there will be a marriage. Again, you cannot use marriage because this marriage is also a function, right? So you are in a big trouble. Like function කියන වචනේ දාගන්න බැරි වුණොත් එතකොට ඔයාට එකින් එක කියන්න වෙනවා. Here you can see this is boy and this is girl, and they are going to take their hands, maybe marry. Again, you are using a function, right? ඒ වගේ functions use කරන්නේ නැතුව දෙයක් කියන්න ගියොත් you have to explain from the beginning, right? So that is the difficult part. Okay, exam is a function. Exam is a function. So in exam, so you have maybe you have to go to the exam on time according to a schedule and write the exam and answer all the questions, and then all the questions will be otherwise ඔයගලන්ට exam තියනවා කියලා කියන්නේ නැතුව, so what principal or school can tell, okay, children, please come tomorrow 9 a.m. We will give you few questions, and that is called a paper. So you have to answer all the questions, and after that your teachers will mark each questions and give you marks, and after that these marks will be published in the notice board or in the school. According to these marks, we are going to select people to the next year, or we are going to review these marks and inform your parents, and according to these marks we are going to give you review, some kind of review. But ultimately the entire process is simply called exam, right? මේක අච්චර දුරට කියන්නේ නැතුව, without telling much things, you can tell tomorrow we have planned your year-end examination. So that is simple, right? Okay, understood why functions are used?
Yes, sir.
Functions are basically so to shorten the things without using, and you can reuse. So let's define a function. Function, let's say a function is a set of related processes named under a single name, a single unique keyword or identifier. set of related processes named under a single unique keyword or identifier. It can be called when necessary without limitations. It can be called when necessary without limitations. In Python, functions are defined using def keyword and function name or identifier will be given to identify the function. Call into the function will be done by calling its name. So please write down this. Call into the function will be done by calling its name. And another important point about the function, inputs to the function will be given using variables called parameters. It is optional to have it, or it is optional to add parameters. Result of the function. Results of a function will be given as a return value. Result of a function will be given as a return value. Or it might perform an operation without returning any value. Then it is called procedure, process. Okay, these are the important things that you should know about the function. Please write down this. Okay, so let's define a function and see, right? So I'm going to define a function called my function. And in this my function, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter two numbers. Enter number one, enter number two. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add these two numbers, very simple. I'm going to add these two numbers. Let's say z equal x plus y. Very simple function. And then you're going to return that z. Return z. So this is very simple function. This is called my function. So function name is my function. And this is how you define the function. Function, then the brackets, then colon. After that, you have to indent. You have to put this space. Within this indentation, you have to write the function code. Same indentation should be there. So that says this code belongs to my function. Okay, let's run this. enfunction.py. Okay, it's doing nothing, right? You can say it's nothing. So no, nothing you can see. Then you can call the function name. You can call by the function name, my function. And then it will say my function at, so some number. Actually, this is the memory location where your function is stored. This is the memory location. This hexadecimal number refers to the memory location where your function is stored. So you can't call a function like this. If you want to call the function, you have to call the function with the brackets. Then it will execute the function asking enter number 1 and enter number 2, and you can see the answer. And the advantage is you can save the answer for later reference because this is returning. So let's say answer equal, you can call my function. Then it's asking enter number 1, some number, enter number 2, and it will not print the number. Later I can print the answer because the answer will be stored in, you can see answer is this one. So I can give a meaningful answer too. Meaningful answer means I can just generate this answer. Let's say z equal x without saying z, yeah, even this is also okay. I can generate, okay, result res equal, then I'm telling this x, then plus, then y, then this is equal to sign, and then z, x plus y equal z, z over z. Then I'm going to return the result this time. I'm going to return the result. Let me save this and run. So now it's more meaningful because if I run this function, answer my function, and enter number 1, enter number 2. So then if I ask print the answer, print ANS, and you can see it's this one. 34 comma plus on. It's everything, right? So what you have to do is you have to write this as a string. strx and then plus str string version of y plus the equal sign and the string version of z. So that is clear. Cr string version of z. Otherwise, it will be given as a tuple. Okay, now it's okay. So let's run this. Str plus str, right? Just run this to see the result, and you can see now. So let's execute it the same way. Now enter number 1 and enter number 2. Now you can see meaningful results. So which is print the answer, and you can see the arithmetic operation. So 23 plus 65 equal 85. So you can recall the function, right? If you want, you can recall the function without running this file. Now even you close this file, that doesn't matter. Even you close this file, you can call the function. So the function is now created and stored. You can see, and if you print the answer, this time it will be. So this is actually the my function. What it does, basically the addition. You can print the answer and you can get the number. It performs addition. Right? You can call the function again and again and again and again. Actually, this function is with no parameters and with a return value. Right? As a heading, I'm going to write this function has no parameters and it returns addition and the result. So this is the function. Okay, did you understand how it works?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we try one? Or let's learn the other one, and also so let's learn another function, and then
Uh, shall we try, sir? First,
okay, let's try first.
it's like it's halfway in the head. So if you do it again, it'll
Try
go
it
fully
again.
right.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
So it will not take much time. Just write this and see. So you have to write the function and run it. Later you have to call the function. So since it has a return value, you can save the answer to something, right? If it is no, if no return value, you can just print this. So let's try. Let's try this. Then you will understand. Let's try this. So this function is a very primitive function. Primitive function means it has taken all the inputs and produced this one and given the output. But functions need to be more flexible when, especially this is like this side is developer side. This is what developers see, and this is what users see. Right? Actually, even though we have done two in this same machine, so functions are developed so that the users can use these functions and do something. So let me show an example. In Word, you have something called equal rand function. What it does? Equal rand in Word? Don't know, right? Equal rand in Word will give random paragraph here. Equal rand, when you call the function, it will give the give a random paragraph. But it is flexible to change that. You can say equal rand 2. It will give two paragraphs. Here, equal rand 2 will give two paragraphs. If you use equal rand 2 comma 4, it will generate two paragraphs, each with 4 lines. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. 4 sentences, one paragraph, and there's another one, 1, 2, 3, and 4 sentences. Right? So this is the command that I have given. So you can try this with Word. If you have Word, you can try it. Equal rand 2 comma 4. It will generate two paragraphs with 4 lines. So see the flexibility of that. So that's what a function is. Function is design the developer side where user can use this and do different things by feeding the parameters. So these are called parameters basically. So you can change. If you need 4 paragraphs each with 2 lines, you can write like this. Then you will get 4 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3, and 4, which each with 2 lines. So likewise, this is flexible. You can say any number. You can say, I need 40 paragraphs, each with 10 lines. Then also it will work. You can try this in Word, right? This is what a function is. So, but what we have discussed already is not that much of flexible, no? It's just running and doing what it want, right? Without taking our inputs. Did you understand what I'm telling? Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's not the function that we have defined, it's not taking our input. Instead of that, it's directly saying, okay, tell me the first number and tell me the second number. And it will add those numbers and give the, right. It's does only one thing, sir. So it's right kind of primitive. It does the addition and give us the output. That is okay. But it's not more flexible. It's not flexible enough. So here there's another function in MS Word. There's another function. That function name is called Lorem, equal Lorem. In this Lorem function, also the same thing. If you give like I need 2 paragraphs each with 3 lines, right? Likewise, it will generate 2 paragraphs each with 4 lines, and maybe you need more paragraphs, 5 paragraphs each with 4 lines. So this is but not English, right? This is basically used for placeholder text. What is placeholder text? Placeholder text. What is that? When you're developing a web page, especially if you are doing this for a client, ඔගොල්ලෝ client කෙනෙකුට වගේ web page එකක් හදද්දී, when you're developing a web page for a client, if you don't have content, later client will then client කියනවා පස්සේ දාගන්නවා කියලා. Client will tell that later I'll put the content. You just give me the template and I'll put my content later. then you can give this with placeholder text, right? Placeholder text means just it's some kind of meaningless, not meaningless, but it's indirectly meaning. Your no direct meaning there. Just to fill this, you put placeholder text, right? If you search for a template, if you go for a template, let's say web template with placeholder text. With placeholders, you can see something like this. You will be given the website, but not with the actual content. Some here, can you see this one also? This is a template. When you use the template or when you zoom this, okay, you can see when I zoom it. Can you see? Oh, sorry. Can you see here the lorem ipsum do pseudo likewise placeholder? Hello,
What is this, sir?
Yes, sir. We can see what's this.
lorem ipsum, like something like this. So something like this equal lorem. When you put, it will generate some random text, meaningless random text. That random text will be placed here to fill this template, right? Just to fill the template, right? It is nothing else, just to here, let's go to the live preview. Okay, this is a website, but this has here, you can see the placeholder text there. Can you see? මෙතන දාලා තියෙන text එක පේනවනේ. නිකන් text එකක් දාලා තියෙන just to fill. Nothing meaningful, easy to customize ගැන නෙවෙයිනේ මෙතන තියෙන්නේ. It's just to fill this and later SEO optimize and responsive template, Lorem Ipsum again, powered by again Lorem Ipsum, and how it works again Lorem Ipsum, and again the points also Lorem Ipsum. Likewise, so here comments also Lorem Ipsum. Likewise, this is called placeholder text, just to fill. If you don't fill this, it will look ugly, right? නිකම්ම දුන්නොත් මේක හිස්තැන් තියලා it's not nice. So it shows how this will look like after you fill in the content. That's all. Now understood?
Yes, sir.
Right. To generate that text, we are using Lorem function. And this can be, if you need lengthy one, you can say Lorem 10, then that will generate 10 paragraphs. So if you need 10 paragraphs each with, so let's say you need 10 paragraphs each with 20 lines. So you can write like this. So now it's customizable. You can see it's lengthier. It's customizable, right? So that is the advantage of this function. So let's define such function which is customizable to use. So let's define such function using Python. Okay.